Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's Destin Troyce and you're watching TROYCETV. So for today's video I really want to get on here and speak about Chloe Bailey and how Beyonce basically created a monster. But of course it's all of your fault because a lot of you guys didn't purchase the Ungodly Hour album. None of y'all were checking for Chloe and Halle when they dropped their little duo album. Because truth be told, quick question. 1, 2, 3 guess. Name 2 songs off the Ungodly Hour album. Exactly. A lot of y'all didn't support that shit. So she kind of has to do this shit. So I have a very unpopular opinion about the whole Chloe Bailey situation. And I want to just talk about all that while I enjoy my Japanese style ramen that looks like mortar oil and looks like it was sauteed with rice and shit. And my kimchi. So basically I wanted to get on here and enjoy my nice little midnight snack. And I wanted to talk about Chloe Bailey, her rise, and how Beyonce basically did all this shit right along with Roc Nation. So as we all know, back in 2014, Beyonce first discovered Chloe and Halle via YouTube. Chloe and Halle, for those of y'all who didn't know, were YouTube stars. They used to do singing covers of tons of artists on the internet, and they used to always post them on YouTube. And eventually, within a year, they got signed to Beyonce's record label, Parkwood, back in 2014. And as we all know, Beyonce gave them $1 million for 6 albums, and overall, they've been doing their thing ever since. But of course, Beyonce has been trying to get them to reach their full potential for a long time, and they haven't really reached it. As we all know, back during the pandemic, during 2020, they released their Ungodly Hour album, and of course, due to the pandemic resurfacing, we all know that kind of fucked up their whole release date. They couldn't do that many tours, shows, performances, and they couldn't do that many press runs to promote the album because unfortunately, the pandemic happened. So unfortunately, Chloe and Halle's album, Ungodly Hour, only sold 24,000 copies within its first week, which isn't a bad thing, but truth be told, 24,000 is not that good because if y'all didn't know, Bad Bobby, what's that girl name? The Cash Me Outside bitch, Danielle Ravioli, she sold more records than them. And that's pretty sad that the Cash Me Outside bitch, aka Danielle Ravioli, can sell more records than Chloe and Halle. Considering Chloe and Halle got Beyonce on their side. And it's like, Beyonce? And Danielle Ravioli outsold them? That's kind of sad. They have beautiful voices, an amazing appearance, great performers, and they're great vocalists and producers, but there's nothing really much about them that stands out. Yes, they were on Grownish with Yara Shahidi, Diggy Simmons, but there's not really much to them that the public really cares about. They're beautiful artists, and Roc Nation, of course, has been doing everything they can to push them, but there's nothing about Chloe and Halle that really stood out. They still continue to make music. Halle's doing her thing with The Little Mermaid. As we all know, she's going to be in the Little Mermaid movie very soon, playing Ariel. And then there's Chloe Bailey, who's obviously working on her solo career. Now, this whole shit started with her over-sexualizing back in the New Year's of 2021 when the whole song Busted by Erica Banks blew up. Got 1 million followers overnight after the Busted challenge and even got a follow by Drake. That was a big deal. There was a lot of media press behind it because people weren't used to that kind of shit from Chloe Bailey. And of course, as we all know, she won this little sympathy train, crying her eyes out sad because people made her feel bad because she popped her poom poom on the internet.
So when I see all the uproar about my posts and stuff, I'm a bit confused. Like, I really don't understand because I've never seen myself in that way or in that light. So I take it as a huge compliment that you all even think of me as a sexual, sexy being. And, you know, it's never, I don't post what I post for people to, I don't post what I post to get attention.
And truth be told, I didn't really see much wrong with it. It really wasn't that serious. It's just a challenge. She's just dancing and expressing her sexuality. It's not that deep. However, I do understand why people were upset because it's like, girl, wasn't you just singing about Jesus and veganism and plant-based diets and shit and now you're doing this? But overall, it really wasn't that serious. So I understand why she was upset and I understand why she was crying, but it really wasn't that deep for her to take it too personally. I get it. People were, of course, holding her accountable because they're used to her being a certain way, singing about this, singing about that. So ever since that Busted challenge, Chloe Bailey has been popping her poom poom all over the internet, busting her ass, and doing the most just to, of course, get some viral attention, some revenue, and of course, just to push herself as a solo artist. And it's been working for the most part. It led to the release of her single, Have Mercy. And so far, it's been a total of 2 months, and the song is still in the charts to this day. So overall, her single's doing well. And let me just start out by saying, I think this is very necessary for Chloe Bailey to do, specifically because no one gave a fuck when she was singing about Jesus and shit, plant-based diets, locks, embracing her skin and her hair. No one gave a fuck. No one cared when she was talking about vegans. No one cared when she was talking about plant-based diets and loving herself and true love and no one cares. Talk about your pussy, talk about your ass. No one cares about that stuff. Y'all damn sure didn't care because y'all can't even name 2 songs off her damn Ungodly album. Most of the entertainment industry has pretty much backed them up, stood by them. They performed at the Super Bowl. They have a really big push. But Chloe Bailey, she kind of has to do this to an extent. So when she's getting on social media, showing her body, showing her ass, twerking, showing her salacious videos, showing her skin, she kind of has to do that. And I know a lot of people are going to say she doesn't have to, but she kind of does. Because truth be told, Beyonce only gave her and her sister like $1 million when she first signed them back in 2014. And they still haven't really made all that money back, I'm sure, because they aren't really selling records. Because truth be told, despite getting tons of streams, tons of radio play, and tons of views on YouTube, the public still isn't gravitating towards them. People are more so paying attention to salacious things like SZA, Summer Walker, and controversy. She had to just sell an image. She can't just be the pretty little girl with the pretty little locks and the pretty little vegan diet and the pretty little smile. She has to be more than that. Because Beyonce said it the best during her 2015 Life is Nothing But a Dream documentary. You have to sell an image. All these artists nowadays, they're not just artists. They're entertainers, artists, and they're also an image. And if you don't have an image that you can sell to the public, no one's going to care or pay you any mind.
They don't make albums. They just try to sell a bunch of little quick singles and they burn out and they put out a new one and they burn out and they put out a new one. People don't even listen to a body of work anymore. There was no internet, people taking pictures of you and putting your personal life or exploiting your personal life as entertainment. I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see all day, every day, and you don't see the human form. And I think when Nina Simone put out music, you loved her voice. That's what she wanted you to love. That was her instrument. But you didn't get brainwashed by her day-to-day life and what her child is wearing and who she's dating and, you know, all the things that really, it's not your business, you know? And it shouldn't influence the way you listen to the voice and the art, but it does.
And Beyonce was absolutely right. Eartha Kitt said the same thing. A lot of artists are now just entertainers. They're not really true artists. No one cares about the artists. They more so care about if you can entertain them and hold the public's attention. Because let's be honest, a lot of us have ADD, ADHD, we can't focus on shit. We can't even fucking have a focused attention span. So I get it. She's experimenting with different sounds, different music, different clothes, and she's doing all this stuff for attention. But what really bugged me and a lot of people recently was Chloe Bailey had the nerve to get on social media to post this incredibly cringy video thanking people for all the support that she's been receiving on her song.
To my 4 million followers and counting, my candy kisses and my clovers, thank you all so much for loving me, and I love you right on back. There's a lot more to come.
Oh my God. She's starting to sound like Queen Bee too. This what Beyonce done did, bro. Blink twice at Beyonce beating your ass. Chloe was looking like she's about to say, are you really watching porn by yourself? You guys know how cringy porn stars be, where they be like, oh my God, are you taking out your cock? Put that away before mom sees it. Like, you know those cringy little porn star acting? That's what it was. It was so cringe, and you can tell that it wasn't her. And I hate to say it, but Chloe Bailey really did sell her soul. And let me just start by saying, selling your soul doesn't just mean cutting off chicken heads and sacrificing a family member. Selling your soul can also mean compromising your moral compass, who you truly are, in order to please corporations and your manager. That's pretty much what selling your soul could be in the entertainment industry. And unfortunately, Chloe Bailey really did sell her soul. She's compromising everything she truly really was in order to find her sound. And we gotta own the fact that since a lot of us didn't care for her music, which it's not our fault, it's her fault. Because truth be told, if the public isn't gravitating towards your music, switch it up and make different music. Did that stop her? When her first started making music back when she was a child, back in the early 2000s, her wasn't hitting that well. Her music wasn't doing that good. She was doing covers. She was doing covers for other artists, writing for other artists, and she wasn't doing that well. But then when she started switching up her music, switching up the sound, you know, when her started going for a more edgier sound, the public started gravitating towards her. Look at Lizzo. Eventually, Lizzo blew up. Lizzo's 31 years old, and she blew up eventually from being herself, of course, and now she's, selling her weight. But, of course, things take time. And let me get this straight. It's not that people are mad at Chloe for doing this. It's more so people are mad at the intent behind it. Yes, of course, show your body, express your sexuality, but your intentions, truth be told, is to go against who you truly are. And this ain't her. And I do like the fact that she's incorporating her vocals along with her salacious music videos and her new image. But let's put two and two together and realize that this is obviously the works of Beyonce, Roc Nation, and her team. They're making her do these troll-like things to get attention. It's the trolling and the public outrage that's getting her attention like this. So can we, for a second, step back from the whole, women liberation, and actually look at the facts? And the facts is people truly are just concerned. I hope 5 years from now she doesn't do a documentary and say that they forced her to do all this shit when she is a grown-ass woman. And what's so shocking is her team will try to make her flip it into a female liberation thing. And it's like, really? Truth be told, it's not about liberation anything. It's not about activism shit. They just use activism as a way to hide their evil agendas. What the truth is, they just want to sell records and get attention and eventually push their art into it. That's the real truth. And hearing how awkward Chloe sounded when the interviewer was asking her about female liberation in her music, just listen how Chloe sounds.
From an interviewer's perspective, and seeing how you interact with the press, and one thing that I saw come over and over and over again is how you describe the video for Have Mercy. And I love the way you say it. Don't want to misquote you, but it's something along the lines of, it allows women who hear it to celebrate their body for themselves, right?
Yep.
In a world of Instagram and filters.
So if Chloe and Halle are going to be successful, or more specifically Chloe, since she's pushing her solo career, she has to keep doing this. And of course it's working, because when she posted that cringy video on her Instagram, she started promoting her new song, because she has a new song coming out, as she teased on her Instagram recently. And who knows who's going to be featured on it, who knows how well it's going to do, and who knows if it's going to be a hit. Obviously, Roc Nation and Beyonce are selling Chloe Bailey's body. They're making her use what she got to get what she wants, because she needs to make all that money back. She needs to find a way to sell these records, make that money, because Queen Bee isn't happy. Her album with her sister only sold 24,000 within a week. And as I said, the fact that the Cash Me Outside bitch, aka Danielle Ravioli, outsold her and her sister is pretty telling. Beyonce probably was on the phone like, bitch, you better stop. I'm sorry. Beyonce was probably like, you better stop busting your ass, because I want my motherfucking money back. That's probably what Beyonce was saying, because when I saw 24,000 units in sales, I was pretty distraught. Millions of streams and millions of YouTube views don't always mean sales. If people aren't persistently streaming your song back to back, buying it, buying the album, streaming your song constantly, then you're not going to sell that much. And Beyonce knows that's how the music industry works. She knows you got to sell an image. You have to sell yourself. If the public don't care about you, then they won't care about your music. I mean, why do you think people like Normani has a hard time really climbing the charts like she should? Because Normani is incredibly talented. She even got a Cardi B feature, and even having a Cardi B feature couldn't even really get her to the top 20, which is pretty sad, because it's like, this is a Cardi B feature. Why is her song constantly going low, then going up, then going down, then going up? Luckily Normani has a loyal fan base, but someone like Normani, which that's a whole other video within itself. I could do a whole 1 hour video about her. Normani's boring. Women have an easier time making it in the industry than men do, nowadays of course, but women have a hard time staying relevant in the industry compared to males. Women have it easier because they can use sex appeal. Unless you're someone like Lil Nas X and you have a gimmick. And in that case, you could just use your sexuality for clicks, views, and engagement. And in that case, if you're Beyonce, you can just get ass enhancements, body enhancements, and try to make yourself look as young as possible in order to keep up with the trends and the newcomers in the music industry. Or if you're Jennifer Lopez, you can constantly troll the black community in order to get views, engagement, and to sell products. But obviously it worked in her favor because Jennifer Lopez is still here after all these years. Or even look at Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish now has gone for a more salacious look because she has to do everything she can to maintain her spot in the industry. She's no longer 15, 16 anymore. She's now an adult. And look at Harry Styles. Harry Styles had to switch it up a little bit when it came to his wardrobe, but now he's wearing a dress, he's painting himself up, And now he's doing it in the name of activism and gender equality, I guess. Wrong again. It means selling your soul. Doing what you got to do to catch the public's attention in order to sell records, or you're off. Here's a perfect example. Look at Katy Perry. This was Katy Perry before she blew up in 2009. This was literally 2002. She looked a fucking mess. And now she's one of the most classic, most iconic pop stars of our generation. Truth be told, no one cared about Katy Perry back in 2002. But then when 2008, 2009 came in, that's when people started paying attention to who she truly was as an artist. She had to take off her clothes. She had to do the symbolism. She had to do all these things in order to get attention. So Chloe Bailey didn't really have a choice. She did have two choices in my personal opinion. She could have either one, got hooked up in a celebrity relationship. She could have started dating Future. She could have started dating, I don't know, KJ Appa from Riverdale. She could have started dating pretty much anybody, and she could have used that as a way to leverage her relationship, as a way to push herself as a solo artist. But unfortunately, she didn't want to do that. So now she kind of has to bop her poom poom on the internet and do shit like this. But despite her compromising her morals and despite her compromising everything she truly was in order to appease an audience and Beyonce, she truly has stated that there's more to her than just what she's released recently. Recently, Chloe Bailey did an interview with Complex, and she said that she has an album coming out, which is a shock, and she has more to show. And I respect it, because, again, name 2 songs off her Ungodly Hour album. Exactly, because none of y'all gave a fuck, including me. So, Chloe Bailey, if you're watching this, keep popping your poom poom on the internet. Do what you got to do, because the public really doesn't care. The public has ADD and ADHD, and they're not going to pay attention to you unless you sell them an image. And I get it, and it's kind of sad because Beyonce is her mentor. Beyonce is Beyonce. You know, Beyonce, it took Beyonce years to break into the entertainment industry. Beyonce's been grinding in the entertainment industry since she was 10 years old. And she didn't really get her big break until she was about 19. And her solo career didn't even take off until she was about 22. So Chloe, keep doing what you're doing. She don't really have a choice. But like I said, a lot of us didn't care for her old music, and that's her problem. Switch it up a little bit, and she did. She did just that. She took the criticism, she switched it up, and because we weren't listening and paying attention to it before, she made us pay attention. Because like most people would say in the entertainment industry, if people don't pay attention, make them pay attention. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on that. I really want to know y'all thoughts and opinions. I really want to know if y'all are going to be down for Chloe Bailey. And are y'all okay with her image? Does it bother you? Are y'all into the whole Have Mercy song? Are y'all into the whole sex appeal image? What do y'all think about Chloe Bailey's new image? Because at first, I cringed with the whole Bust It challenge, but then I understood and respected it because Have Mercy really was a good song. And I can't wait to see what she has next. She's been teasing new music on her Instagram. Let's see what she has in store. I mean, she has Beyonce on her side now. I really wish she would just do her own little thing and stop trying to emulate what Beyonce does. But who knows? She might be stepping into her full potential sooner than we think. Now, truth be told, we don't really have that many it girls right now who are killing it in the R&B and pop world. No one has ever really been able to make that R&B and pop crossover. The only people who were able to do that successfully was Rihanna, Beyonce, and Nicki Minaj in the early 2000s up to now. But they're slowly and steadily retiring and investing their mindsets and their assets into different things. So truth be told, there's no it girl. All we really have right now is Chloe Bailey, then there's Victoria Monet, then there's Normani, then there's Ryan Destiny, and then there's a few more, but truth be told, the only person that's close to even hitting that mark is Normani, and she's barely catching it. But yeah, I'm gonna go fuck up my ramen and take my ass to sleep. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's that. Trace out this bitch. And yeah, that's that. Enjoy the music. Ooh, shit. 5-second rule. Trace out this bitch. Tell me what you're willing to do. Tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it better, baby. What are you willing to do? Ah, tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it better, baby. I've been waiting on the sunshine when you think of her high. When her high. So I argue you, yeah. You talk me back. Who cares when it feels like crack? When you know you will always get it right. Look for your pride. Boy, take it all back, now take it all back, yeah. Look for your pride. Oh, take it all back, yeah. Oh, do what you wanna do. Oh, when you're walking around high. Oh, when I look into your eyes, what are you willing to do? Tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it better, baby. What are you willing to do? Ah, tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it better, baby. What are you willing to do? Tell me what you're willing to do. Kiss it better, baby. That's all you guys get for free. Somebody go tell that bitch Beyonce she got competition. Album on the way. Subscribe to my Patreon and follow me on Instagram. Alright. Till next time. I'm out, y'all.